Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Himanshu Joshi. I am an assistant professor in Sri Labhubhai Trivedi Institute of Engineering and Technology, Rajkot. Today we are going to discuss one topic for the subject electrical circuit analysis. We are going to continue with our first chapter, that is the network theorems. So today we are going to start or learn a theorem, that is the source transformation theorem. Now, what is the source transformation theorem? We know that we are having a two type of source. First one is the voltage source and second one is the current source. So with this theorem we can convert a given voltage source into current source and vice versa, a given current source into voltage source. So today we will learn that how we can convert this voltage source into current source and current source into voltage source. So let's first of all discuss about the statements for the source transformation theorem. So it states this: a given voltage source with series resistance can be converted into an equivalent current source with parallel resistance. Now second, a given current source with parallel resistance can be converted into equivalent voltage source with series resistance. That means the condition is that a voltage source required with its series resistance, and on the another case a current source is required with parallel resistance. So a voltage source with series resistance, we can convert that voltage source with series resistance into current source with parallel resistance, and on the same case a given current source with parallel resistance can be converted into a voltage source with series resistance. So this is the statement of source transformation theorem. Now let's see how can we convert this voltage source into current source and current source into voltage source. So suppose we are having a voltage source V volt with series resistance of R ohm. So this circuit, or we can say that this voltage source with this series resistance is converted into a given current source with parallel resistance. So if we convert this voltage source into current source, then what will be the magnitude of this current source, what will be the direction of this current source, and what is the value of this resistance? So we can say that the value, or we can say that magnitude of current source is equal to voltage divided by its resistance. That means current I is equal to this voltage V divided by this R. So we can say that this current I is equal to V by R, and this resistance will be the same as this resistance. Clear? So we can say that when we convert a given voltage source with series resistance into the given current source with parallel resistance, then current I is equal to V by R, and the parallel resistance will be the same as this series resistance. Now consider the direction of this current source. So direction of this current source is depends on the polarity of this voltage source. That means the arrow sign is in the direction of this positive polarity. Suppose positive polarity is downward, then arrow will be downward, because current starts flowing from plus to minus. So it will starts flowing from plus and end with minus. So the upward arrow is depends on the positive polarity. If positive polarity on upper side, then arrow will be upward. If positive polarity is downward, then arrow will be downward. So this is the way to convert a given voltage source with series resistance into current source with parallel resistance. Now consider the second case. If we have current source with parallel resistance, then this current source will be converted into the voltage source with series resistance. So again, in this case also the value of this resistance, or we can say that value of this series resistance is equal to this parallel resistance, and this voltage V is equal to current source I multiplied by parallel resistance R. So V is equal to IR. So this is the way we can convert this current source with parallel resistance into voltage source with series resistance. So this is the second conversion of current source into the voltage source. Now suppose, let's consider the example. We have a 5 volt source and 10 ohm resistance in series. So we can convert this voltage source into the current source with parallel resistance. So this parallel resistance is equal to this series resistance, and this current is equal to voltage upon resistance. So 5 by 10, so that is equal to 0.5 ampere. Now consider the second case. Suppose we have 10 ampere current source and 15 ohm resistance. So this can be converted into series, this can be converted into voltage source with series resistance. So the value of this series resistance is same as this parallel resistance, and this V is equal to I into R. So 10 multiplied by 15, and that is equal to 150 volt. So this is the way you can convert any given source into the another type of source. So let's solve one of the small numerical based on source transformation theorem. So what is the statement? Statement is, use source conversion technique to find out the load current I in the given circuit. So we have to find out the current which is flow from this load resistance. We have to use source conversion technique. That means we have to use the source transformation theorem. Clear? So here first step, we have to convert this voltage source with series resistance into the current source and parallel resistance, because to convert this current source into the voltage source we need parallel resistance, but we do not have any kind of parallel resistance. So we have to convert this voltage source with series resistance into the current source with parallel resistance. So the value of current I is equal to V by R, so 6 by 3. So the value of current source is equal to 2 ampere, and parallel resistance is equal to 3 ohm. So circuit will be look like this. This is the 2 ampere source that we have seen. This is the 2 ampere, and parallel resistance will be of 3 ohm. So this is the parallel resistance of 3 ohm. So in the first step we have converted the voltage source with series resistance into the current source with parallel resistance. Now second step, we can see that these two resistance are connected in parallel. These two resistance are connected in parallel. So we can find out the equivalent of these two parallel resistance, and that is equal to 6 into 3 divided by 6 plus 3. So that is equal to 18 by 9, and that is equal to 2 ohm. So we can replace these two resistance with single resistance, and that is equal to 2 ohm. So this is the 2 ohm resistance which is in parallel with this 2 ampere source. So again we can convert this 2 ampere current source with parallel to 2 ohm resistance into the voltage source with series resistance. So the value of this voltage source is equal to I into R, that is equal to 2 into 2, and that is equal to 4 volt, and the resistance is again equal to same as parallel resistance. So this current source with parallel resistance will be replaced by a voltage source of 4 volt and series resistance of 2 ohm. So next step, we will replace this current source with this equivalent voltage source of 4 volt, and we will remove the parallel resistance of 2 ohm, and we will replace that resistance with series resistance of 2 ohm. So this is the 4 volt voltage source, and this is the 2 ohm resistance in series with this voltage source. Now next step is, now we can replace this 2 series resistance with single series resistance, and we know that when resistance are connected in series, their equivalent resistance will be equal to their addition. So 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So we can remove these 2 resistance and we will replace a single resistance of 4 ohm. So this is the 4 ohm resistance. Now again we are having a voltage source with series resistance. Clear? This is the 4 volts voltage source and 4 ohm series resistance. So we can convert this voltage source into the current source, and this series resistance will be changed with parallel resistance. So again current is equal to voltage upon resistance. So this equal to 1 ampere. So this 4 volt source will be converted into the 1 ampere current source, and the resistance will be the same as series resistance. So this voltage source series resistance will be converted into the current source of magnitude 1 ampere and having a parallel resistance of 4 ohm. So the next step, we will replace this voltage source and series resistance with this current source and parallel resistance. So this is the 1 ampere current source and 4 ohm resistance. Now we can add this 2 current source, 1 ampere current source and 3 ampere current source, because both the current source have the same direction. So we can merge this 2 parallel current source with single current source. So this is the 3 ampere current source, it is having a direction of upward. This is the current source with magnitude 1 ampere, it is also having a same direction with this 3 ampere current source. So we can replace this 2 source with single source which is having a magnitude of 3 plus 1 is equal to 4 ampere. So in the next step, we will replace this current source and this current source with single current source, and that is equal to 4 ampere. So this is the 4 ampere current source, this is the 4 ohm current source, and this is the 1 plus 3. Now we have to find out the current which is flow in this resistance. So we can use a simple current divider rule at this point, because this total current has been divided into 2 parts, first one and second one. So I can simply use the current divider rule to find out the current IL from this 4 ampere. So I can use, let's suppose IL is equal to current divider rule, IL is equal to total current which is equal to 4 ampere multiply by the resistance which is in parallel with this branch. So with respect to this branch, the parallel resistance is equal to 4 ohm. So I can write 4 divided by total number of branch which is equal to, which is connected in parallel. So this 4 ohm resistance and this 1 plus 3 4 ohm resistance are connected in parallel. So I can add both resistance 4 plus 4. So which is equal to 16 divided by 8. So that is equal to, so IL is equal to 2 ampere. That is our answer. IL is equal to 2 ampere. So this is the current and it is having a magnitude of 2 ampere, and that is our answer. So this is the way to use the source conversion technique to find out the circuit parameter. Clear? You can convert current source in parallel resistance into the voltage source with series resistance, and on the same way you can convert voltage source with series resistance into the current source with parallel resistance, and step by step you can find out the any circuit parameter that you can convert and you can find out. But the condition is that voltage source must have a series resistance and current source must have parallel resistance. If there is a single voltage source without any kind of series resistance and single current source without any kind of parallel resistance, then you cannot apply the source conversion technique. That must have series resistance and parallel resistance. Then and then you can convert a voltage source into the current source and current source into the voltage source. So with this we will conclude our session. If you have any doubt, any question, you can give your doubt and question in comment section. Thank you very much.